Welcome to a video from thetisslifestyle.com. This video I'm going to talk about how you can fix issues with Windows 10 and Korg devices like the Midi logo, the radius, now keys, that kind of thing. Back in 2019 I created a video showing you how you could fix problems with the drivers, and one of the main issues was with the drivers back then is that in Windows there are multiple slots that MIDI drivers can go into, and the Korg drivers only work on the first 10 slots. So if your now keys got onto the 11th slot, it wouldn't work. So I did have a registry change and how to do that. I'll include that at the end of this video, but before that I just wanted to say that you can, if you use the latest Korg drivers, which I'll show you the ones that I'm using and the ones you just get from Korg's website, that fixes the problem. In fact, I've got this running on the higher slot numbers and this as well, so it to show you that it's not an issue anymore if you use the latest drivers. I said I will include at the end of this video my original explanation how to change it through the registry, because that does work, and you can use that. And there's loads of people commenting on the old video I did saying it still works, so I'll include that. But anyway, the first thing is make sure you you use the latest Korg drivers, and then you shouldn't have issues with those. So I'll flip over to my machines now. I'll show you on Windows 10 and Windows 11 the difference in the slots and everything else. So here you can see I've got the Korg tool, and I've got a couple of corrupted ones on there which I could remove actually, but what I really want to show you the fact that I've got the radius and the Midi log connected on these higher channels, so it shows that with this driver it works fine. In the previous driver, only these first 9 or 10 starting from 0 slots would work, so that's what the registry change. I'll show you how you can move, say this one here, you can move it from 14 to probably just say slot 1 or slot 2. In my case I could get rid of all these corrupted ones and that would move things down a bit, but anyway, the point is you can move these around, and that's what the video will show later in the video. But I just wanted to show here that my radius is connected, it's powered on, and it's working on on that slot 16 as well. Don't confuse these with MIDI channels, there's nothing to do with MIDI channels, it's slots. Here I've got the same thing on a Windows 11 machine, and these in the lower slots there, so not currently plugged in. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter which slots you use, it should work now. The old drivers only allowed you to use those ones here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the registry changes that I did in my old video. I said use the new drivers before you try this next bit. You can always pop me any questions. You can get me on Twitter at ISDixon, and on thetisslifestyle.com. Thanks for watching. Here you can see my two Korg devices, and you notice they're on channel 13 and 14. Well, that is no good for the Korg driver. They need to be on channel 1 to 0 to 9 for it to show up in your door or in your control applications. So them being there like that is no good. So how do we fix it? Well, there is a registry, a couple of registry keys which I'm going to show you now. The other option is completely remove all the Korg drivers and use the default drivers, but that doesn't work. That doesn't give you all the features, so it's better if you can use the Korg drivers. So let's have a look at how we fix that. You've got to go up into regedit, which I've got open here, and the first step is to go to the HK local machine system current control set. So let me go back to the start on here. So HK local machine, and then we want system, let's open that, current control set, control, which we're there, and then class, which is here. Now there's loads of entries on here, and what you're looking for on here is Korg, or you can search for the driver name. So I found my first one there, it's number 21, and you're looking for one that's got these two keys, description and driver, and you need to add one, an alias called alias. So I'm going to do new, and you want a new string value, and that should be alias, and then the value in here for your first MIDI port should be MIDI 1. Okay,
That's that one done. So now if I repeat that search, so I go press F3 on my keyboard to repeat that search. Here's my other Korg Midi device. Well, this is my second one. So I'm going to add alias again and call this MIDI 2. I've only got the 2. If you had a third one, you can press F3 and search the third one. Okay, that's that bit done. Now there's another registry setting that you need to alter, which is HKey local machine software Microsoft. So let's go back up the registry key, close that. So we go to software, Microsoft, Windows NT, which is there, and then I want current version, which is there. This is because these are expanded already because I've been in them before. And then to drivers 32. There we go. And now you add string values that match those that you've just completed. So I'm going to add a string value called MIDI 1. Actually, I'm going to do it lowercase because that's what I did before. So make sure these match. And I want one called MIDI 2 because I did 2, didn't I? So MIDI 2. And now in that there, you put the driver name. So that's the driver name that I copied before. And in there, I can put that on there. Okay, so that's it. That's complete. That's actually done all the bits that I needed to do. Now, if I go to Korg driver, I'm not sure I have to reload this. Let's have a look. Let me reload. So here's the Korg driver up there. So you can see here I've gone for 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 2. The reason for that is even though this machine has already been happily using 1 and 2, and I deleted all the settings so I could show you on this video, it still wouldn't take number 1 because it somehow has got reserved. So what I did is, you can see on that one I changed there, and then if I go back to my 2 Korg devices, you can see there's 3 and there is number 2. So you can have the same thing. Of course, if you've got 3 or 4 Korg devices, then that just follow on sequentially. The next one will be so I've got 2 there, 3. The next one will be 4, 5, and so on. So now you can see on here now they're all up and running, and that's ready to go. So I haven't got any mystery ones further down, and that'll work fine with my DAW and the Korg radius editor and so on. So that's it. So 2 steps really. You've got to create these in this registry setting here. You've got the 2 devices where you add in the alias for your MIDI 2 and 3 in my case, and then you've got that drivers one where you add in the values that you've just created. So there's my 2 and 3. I've got a text-based article on this as well on thedishlifestyle.com, so check out that if you want some assistance. Thanks for watching.